Hi, this is Ben Ivey, the fulfillment artist, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to learn from your mistakes. So the first thing that I want to move into is, why do we call things mistakes or failures or things like that? Does that make sense? It's important that we reframe these things so we think about it in a different way. Now, I know lots of people who will go about their day, they set themselves a goal and then they fail. Fail is such a horrible word. I mean, for me, I just do not like using it because we have all these connotations of what we consider a failure, and no one wants to be a failure or to fail. And instead, use a different word like, I had a learning experience, or I had an opportunity to learn, or a learning opportunity, or a growing opportunity, like whatever you want to call it. It's really important that you get the reframe first. So if something's happened, make sure that you look at it in a different way, because calling it a certain thing like a failure already puts you in a bad mindset. Whereas when you call it a learning opportunity, your mind's looking for something to learn and to gauge. So the first thing in order to how to learn from your mistakes is to look at them in a way that's positive to you. Next is take some time before you reflect. Let me give you an example. So let's say you're playing chess with someone. So you're playing chess, you're doing a move, and then suddenly you lose, and you're like, damn, how did I lose? And you get really frustrated, you look at the board, but if you look then and there, you haven't had time to sort of reflect and you're still in it. It's better that you take a step back and reflect maybe an hour, maybe a day, maybe a week. So in your life, let's say you've really screwed something up, right? Don't say, oh, it's a learning opportunity now, right? Take some time off, because when you look back, you can see things with a different perspective. You're like, did I really do that? Why did I do that move? And you sort of question it. And from this side of things, by taking that time, it allows you to really digest everything that's happened and then look at it with sort of brand new eyes. Next is ask quality questions. So what do I mean by this? So let's say you've screwed something up, like, I don't know, let's say it's bad. Let's say you've cheated on your boyfriend or girlfriend, okay? You've really fucked it up. So a question that would be a bad question to ask would be, why do I always do this? Right? Because what answer do you expect to get from that question? Because I'm an idiot, because I always do this, because I just can't control myself. Like, the answers you'll get will be terrible, right? So you need to ask a better quality question, like, how do I make sure that this never happens again? That's a better question. So even before you start reflecting, right, ask yourself a question where you know you're going to get a good answer. Because asking, why am I always like this? Why do I always do this? And using things like always, you're stopping yourself like thinking elsewhere, because you're saying you're always like this, and then you're looking for an answer as to why, as opposed to how can you do things differently next time. And if you're watching this video, you've obviously made some mistakes and you're repeating them. So really think about a question like, what would have to happen for me to never make this mistake again? Right? So using some of those quality questions will really help shift you so that you can learn from any sort of mistakes or learning opportunities that you have and then really move forward. Next, look for other perspectives. So what do I mean by this? I mean, get some friends, get some family, some mentors, a coach, whatever it is, but get someone to help you look at the same issue or the problem, or whatever it is that you're facing, because it's a completely new perspective. And some people say, oh no, I don't need that, I don't need that. Well, let me give you an example. Like, let's say you're looking at a building, right? So you're looking at a building from the front. You can only see the front side of the building, okay? And then what about the back, right? What about the side? What happens if an aerial view? Because we're limited by our perspective. Now, some bright asses are going to go, yeah, well, I could get all those perspectives. I could walk around the building, da-da-da. And that's fine, but let's say you're looking from the front. Whilst you're looking at the front, you can't also look at the back as well. Does that make sense? So having someone that just comes completely new or just looks at things differently and no longer looks at it as a building, looks, I don't know, as a piece of architecture, whatever it is. But having those different perspectives from different ages, different cultures, from females, males, like, that will really help you. And something that is really important that I want you guys to get is a quote by Aristotle, and it is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. So when you're getting these different perspectives, right? Entertain the thoughts. Be like, okay, but listen, don't shut them off. Entertain them and then let them go. Instead of blocking them off and saying, no, I know that. By entertaining them, it will allow you to be aware of other perspectives and then choose whatever is right for you. Next, create a mastermind. Why is this important? Because a mastermind allows you to have other people that may be doing something very different from what you're doing to look at it in a very different way. This is like getting perspectives, but on a really high level regularly. So what masterminds do you join? Like, have a look online. There's loads of different masterminds for different things. I couldn't really find any that really suited me. I joined a couple. They were crap. So then I literally made my own mastermind. It's not difficult to do, right? Just pick 2 people that you admire or that you think would be able to offer great perspectives. Make a group and then, I don't know, chat to them monthly or bi-weekly, like whatever it is. But gaining those different perspectives from those types of people regularly is going to really help you permanently shift as opposed to just like a one-time thing. The last thing is set reminders. So let's say you've made a mistake and then you make the same one and the same one, right? Reminders is a great way to sort of refresh you and then keep it in your conscious. So let's say, I don't know, you want to lose weight and you're saying, okay, I want to lose weight, I don't want to gain 5 pounds. Then you slowly start getting back into it. How often do you remind yourself or measure or track if you're on track? Because often the mistakes don't just happen instantaneously. Often it's just like a snowball effect. Things happen. So if you catch it before by reminding yourself, it'll help eliminate the big mistake to happen. Instead, you're saying, okay, I see that happening. Let's stop that there. Because that is a great way for you to move forward in a way that's sustainable. Instead of making a mistake and then a new mistake and then a new mistake, you're catching yourself even before you go down there. So whether that is reminders on your phone, whether you have like a monthly, and I'm going to look at all these things on my phone that I just don't want to do again. But instead of don't want to do, I would say focus on what you should do instead, right? The questions are saying, how can I do things differently? I could do this, I could do this. Focus on the positive things, focus on the things that you should be doing and that you must do, as opposed to focusing on things that you don't want to do or should do. It's like driving straight and looking in the back mirror. Does that make sense? Don't look at what you don't want, look at what you want, because what you focus on, you'll get. So with that, I want to say thank you for watching this video. I hope you find it helpful, and I hope that you can sort of resurrect any of the learning opportunities that you have and create a phenomenal life. Thank you.